Good morning, everybody. It's about 5 minutes till 10 on Wednesday, June 13th. Today is day 81, and I am walking out of Delaware Water Gap, heading to New Jersey. So, should be over there at the state line in just a few. And we will take a couple pictures over there. Keep on rolling. I wanted to be through Jersey in 3 days, but I'm getting such a late start today. I'm not sure that's going to happen. I think it's the better part of 70 miles. We'll see. Walking down the side of I-80, and it is loud. I'm going to be walking the sidewalk across the Delaware River and heading into New Jersey. Man, this is a long bridge, and this thing has expansion joints in it, and those big trucks make it shake and sway. A little bit unnerving walking this close to flying tractor and trailer. The whole bridge sways. It's crazy. Goodbye, Pennsylvania. Hello, New Jersey. Seven states down, 7 to go. Yeah. This is the Catfish Fire Tower, and I bet there is an awesome view off the top of this thing, but it is rainy and cloudy and foggy today, so no use in even climbing up there. That's a bummer. Well, man, I was glad to be out of Pennsylvania, but I tell you, New Jersey's been plenty rocky today itself. This view is from Rattlesnake Mountain in New Jersey. And that's a view that you just don't associate when you think of New Jersey. It's a steep little hill. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's a little before 7 on Thursday, 14th of June. Makes today day 82 on the trail. And I'm walking out of Brink Road Shelter. Came over here from Delaware Water Gap yesterday, and that was a 24.8 day. Today, at around mile 25, is a shelter called the Secret Shelter. It's actually a non-official AT shelter. It's on private land, but the person who owns it is a former thru hiker, and they set it up to allow thru hikers to stay there. So that's my destination. There's a couple shelters between here and there. Probably stop for lunch at one, and then I think at mile 4 I cross a highway that's got a restaurant and a store at it. Probably take a quick break there and grab a Coke or something. But if I can make my destination today, I will get out of New Jersey tomorrow, I believe, unless I got my mileage wrong. Anyway, whew, the mosquitoes last night were maddening. They were thick. Had to have a head net on just to get water. It was so bad. Alright, this is uphill. You don't want to hear me panting. See you up there. Man, the mosquitoes are so thick this morning. It is a head neck kind of morning. I was looking on comments on gut hooks, and even in prior years, that shelter area and about a mile on either side has been super thick with mosquitoes. I don't know why they like that place, man, but I'll tell you what, they are down there for sure. It's a little bit disorienting walking with your head net on, but it beats getting eaten alive. Hopefully I'll walk out of them soon and get this thing off. Good times. Man, it is windy up here. But this is the view from Culver Fire Tower. It is awesome. Who knew New Jersey was this pretty? Sorry about the wind. That monument right there is the high point in New Jersey, but it's a 0.2 mile side trail, so I won't be doing that. It looks nice though. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 83 on the trail. It's Friday, 15th of June, about 6:30. I'm just packed up and I'm gonna head out of the secret shelter. It's the bunkhouse. Privy's up there. And then all this grassy yard to tent in. I tented right there. The guidebook refers this as the secret shelter. The property belongs to a former thru hiker, and it's only about 0.2 off the trail, so he was nice enough to turn one of the old farm buildings into a bunkhouse and allow hikers to come up here and stay the night. And there's a well on the property, so you get fresh water from a tap, so that's always awesome. Yesterday was a long day. It was 25 miles over here from Brink Road Shelter, and I don't really have a destination picked out for today. At 14 miles, we'll cross a road that has a sort of a fruit stand, farmer's market slash deli, and I'm going to sit down there and have lunch and decide what the destination is. Need to pick a spot that I can resupply in the next couple days, and then that's going to determine how far I go today and tomorrow. But today puts me in New York and out of New Jersey. So, see you in New York. Okay, this is just a small piece of a really long plank walk over this big marshy section. This thing was probably, I don't know, a quarter mile long already. It's still going. It's pretty soupy down there. You would not want to fall off this. Looks like there should be a toll booth at the end of this or something. There's some disgusting water down there. And we're off. But wait, there's more. I better focus on these things. Man, this has been a crazy long boardwalk across this marsh. It's pretty nice, but after a while it gets a little bit boring. Might be going off the end up here. Yay. All right, everybody, how's it going? It's about 3:45 on Friday evening, and man, I just had an instance of the trail provides that just makes your heart feel good. I was heading up to, I can't pronounce this shelter, so I'm going to call it Wayway. Very close to the New Jersey-New York border, and water's an issue. The shelter didn't have water. There's a state park up there that has a spigot, but whenever you read gut hook comments, apparently the water has very, very high iron content and is pretty poor. And I met this guy, Chris, and his daughter, and some, I think, co-workers of his coming up toward the shelter. And I was sort of commiserating about the water situation, that I was probably going to have to stop at the state park and use some skunk water and not really get to my goal for the day. Man, and Chris right away said that he would run to the store when they got to the trailhead, grab some water, and meet me back at another trailhead when I cross the road, or meet me at the shelter with it. And as a bonus, he also brought me some oatmeal cakes. Man, that's going to allow me to get my goal mileage for the day, and if I keep pushing, probably get out of New Jersey today and into New York. Chris, I hope you watch this, man. You're awesome, and I really, really appreciate it. All right, you guys, my pack is heavy as crap with like 3.5 liters of water in it, but it's going to be good enough to dry camp somewhere tonight, do dinner, breakfast, and then still have enough walking water to get to a source tomorrow. Thanks, Chris. Whew. Man, today was a tough day, but hung in there, got it done, and got across Jersey in 3 days. So, pretty stoked about that. Let's go find a campsite. Now that's not a bad view for the first view of New York. Check that out. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to day 84 on the AT. It's Saturday, 16th of June, and that little mossy spot right there was one of the most comfortable tent sites I've had on the trip. Yesterday was a good long day. Got out of Jersey, got into New York, and feeling a little beat up for it too. But today is hopefully going to be a go to town and resupply day. I think I got to get about 18 miles down over to Highway 17, I believe it is. And then hopefully from there I can hitch a ride into Warwick. If not, then there's some shuttle numbers listed in the guidebook I can call. Alright, I gotta put the camera up. It's getting pretty rocky. See you up there. Well, good morning to you too, New York. A rebar ladder up a rock wall will definitely get your attention early in the morning. Let's hop up here and see what the morning view looks like. Oh yeah, it's nice. So over there on the other ridge around that rock outcropping somewhere is where I camped last night. And heading on. Thinking about I might change my plans and do a Nero into this other little town. I forget the name of it. Something Lake. Grab a couple days resupply and then come back out and head on down the trail a couple days before I actually come off. I'm not really ready to come off yet. Today's only my 4th day out of Delaware Water Gap, but we'll see as the day goes on. So that's Greenwood Lake, and once I get down there, there's a kilometer side trail that goes into the village. I want to hero in there, grab a couple days supply, and hero out and keep rolling. That's my plan. Looks really awesome down there. Man, so far, first morning in New York is some bodacious boulder scrambling. Oh, so it's slow going right now. Gotta get her done though, staying steady. Alright, this is the turn off for the trail down to Greenwood Lake. It's 0.9. And that's going to be a vicious downhill and then that much of a climb back out of there. So I'm going to have to pass on this. Go back to my plan of going into Warwick on 17. Move on down this way. That's a bummer. Alright, came out on Highway 17E and lucked out on a ride from the trailhead down into Greenwood Lake. And I'm going to walk over here to the grocery store, grab 2 or 3 days of resupply, and then hitch my way back to the trail. But not before having a late breakfast or early brunch, lunch. Can't miss out on some town food while you're in town, right? Alright, let's go shopping. Alright, so it's about 11:30. Been walking for a few minutes, and I heroed into Greenwood Lake. Had a big old bacon, egg, and cheese bagel, chocolate milk, orange juice, coffee. Grabbed 2 days of resupply and got back on trail in 2 hours flat. And that's because the generosity and support of people in these trail towns to thru hikers is absolutely amazing. I popped out of the woods at a trailhead and 2 guys pulled up getting ready to do a day hike. Asked me what my plan was for the day. I told them I was going to hitch to town, and they said, hop in, we'll run you down there. So it took me 60 seconds to get a ride to town. I got to town, did my business, walked across the street and was walking up the sidewalk, and this guy came out of a convenience store, was getting in his truck, and his truck was pointed in the right direction. So I said, hey man, are you going up the hill toward the trailhead? And he said, no, but I will give you a ride. And Had great conversation, drove me up there, took time out of his day to get me back to the trail, and man, I appreciate it. I gotta tell you, I'm horrible with names. I believe his name was Martin. I need to hear names 2 or 3 times to retain them, but brother, you know who you are, and I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And you two guys that gave me a ride down, man, I didn't stick with your name, and I'm sorry, but again, you guys know who you are too, and muchas gracias, fellas. Much appreciated. I'm gonna head on up the trail and get my goal miles in for the day because of you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's a Trail Angel water stash in New York. Water's kind of tough to come by, clean water anyway, so this is a good find. Many thanks. God bless the Trail Angels who have been leaving water on each side of the mountain at trailheads. There is no water on these trails right now. That's a lifesaver right there. And this is the second day in a row that I'm carrying 9 pounds of water the last 2 or 3 miles of the day before I find camp. But you know, you got to do what you got to do. Whew! It will work you at the end of a long day, though. All right, a couple more miles to go, and we're going to put the tent down. Yay! Actually, this one's the lemon squeezer, and the pack definitely has to come off. Oh boy. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to day 85 on the AT. That little smash down place in the grass right there was my tent last night. And it's a little after 6:30. Getting started. Today's goal is not really defined. 20 miles and then whatever I get after that. But I'm heading towards Lake Tiarati. I think that comes up first in about 3 miles. I believe there's a concession stand or soda machines and all that, so Coke sounds good. And then after that, later in the day, around 18 miles, I believe, is Fort Montgomery, New York. Debating on whether to go in there or not. I'm going to have to look at the guidebook a little closer and see where next resupply is, because I would be good for a couple more days. But we'll see. Yesterday was tough, man. Once I did that 2-hour trip into town, it got me sort of behind the gun trying to get my miles in. And yesterday was not a good day to play catch up on the miles. It was some tough sledding. Got it done though, got that 20 just barely. But I'm gonna head on down the trail and see what today offers. See you up there. There was a whole lot of this slab walking yesterday, and I mean steep. And on a sunny, dry day, it's no big deal. This rock's got pretty good friction until it gets wet. And man, when this stuff is wet, it's got that, the lighter coloring is like an algae or a moss. It is treacherous. Yesterday would have been a hellish day if it had been raining. So at this point on the trail, it really is the simple things that make your day, get you off to a good start and make you happy. And since today's Sunday, today is clean sock and clean underwear day. So happy, happy, happy. I believe that's the first look of the Hudson River. Awesome scenery. New York is representing seriously on the trail. Tell you what, I am tired. I still got Bear Mountain to go, and then drop off to Fort Montgomery. And as a Father's Day present, I'm going to give me a room there tonight. Shower and laundry and grab some more supplies and head out again in the morning. Been going pretty hard since the water gap. Today's day 5. So I'm ready for a break. But man, I got to share the most awesome instance of the trail will provide that happened to me today. I had just topped out West Mountain, and I was kind of standing there getting my breath, and this guy comes up the trail and asked me, was I a thru hiker? I said yes. He said, you want a free pair of shoes and some socks? And I first thought, oh man, you know, what am I going to do with all that? I kind of don't need it. But then reasoning took over, and I said, sure. Who's going to turn down free stuff, right? So he is a Campmore rep, and I scored a pair of Solomon Speed Cross shoes and 3 pair of Darn Tough socks. And right now they are weighing heavy in my backpack, but it's all good. And took a bunch of pictures, and he's going to put them up on Campmore website. So if you want to see me scoring the free swag, go to Campmore Facebook page, like it, and you'll see me on there. Good times. Happy Father's Day to me. Yay! This is the observation tower on top of Bear Mountain. I would go up in that, but I've already had enough climbing for the day. So it should be downhill from here to get into Fort Montgomery. See you down there. All right, just for the record, I want to say those stairs coming down from Bear Mountain down to the river suck. That is all.